not everybody's all about the different generations and so on. I have to say though that with Generation X, because frequently when you see things on social media about the other generations, Generation X does get skipped quite a bit. I would say that as someone of Generation X age, it doesn't bother me so much. It's part of kind of what we're used to, and so it's okay. And I was also thinking about it because I saw a meme of what we imagine would be this baby's father, who was smoking a cigarette and holding a sparkler close to a baby, and it was talking about Generation X and how we grew up. And that makes sense. A lot of those things I can definitely relate to. With our generation, I think we do consider it a strength that we've done so many things on our own. We've managed on our own. We problem solve on our own. And for the most part, I think that's served us well. It's not that we're completely on our own. We help other people, and we're definitely social. We're definitely connected. I don't know how much, though, as a generation, we are, for ourselves, comfortable asking for help. And as a group, we've been able to manage mostly on our own. The challenge is that as we're getting older, there may be things that we do need help with. We have more medical issues going on, that we can't do things as much as we used to. From age, we might not be able to manage stress as much as we used to. We're used to taking on a lot, and we may be at a point in our lives we're really kind of not able to do as much. And if we grew up in the way that help wasn't really around, we learned that you just had to do it yourself, then it may be hard at this point in our lives, when we really do need it, to ask for it. And part of that, in my experience, my personal experience, and also talking with clients, is because it's not going to be there, and it's a waste of time to ask or even pursue it. But what then if you really do need help? There's so many of my clients that have just hit a point in their life that they physically cannot do the things anymore that they were able to do, whether it's for medical reasons, physical reasons. They're not able to continue. And prolonged stress definitely contributes to medical issues. It impacts the immune system. It can make it difficult for your body to do what it needs to do to heal and take care of itself. So what do you do if you're used to taking care of yourself? You're the one who maybe takes care of others, and you're really not used to asking for help yourself. Well, one thing I would suggest is to understand that your family of origin is not a great blueprint for the rest of the world. Just because in your family of origin maybe you didn't get a lot of help when you needed it, could have used it, and had to learn a lot of self-reliance, doesn't mean that that's how the whole world is. If you have that point of view, then if you hit a roadblock early on in trying to get help, you may be likely just to stop prematurely from actually getting the help that you need. So my recommendation for you in that case is that you continue to ask, you pursue, and you persist until you get the help that you need. It could also be for medical reasons, that the first doctor you talk to, or the first medical provider that you talk to, if they're not helpful, don't let that be the end. You persist and continue to seek out answers. And I don't know about you, but as I get older, what that's going to look like. And as we age, obviously physically we need more help with things. And how open am I going to be to help? How open will you be for help if and when the time comes that you need some help? The reality is, Generation X, we are in our best days physically, and from here each day is going to be our best and a little bit less. So we need to be realistic about what it is that we're going to need, and whether or not our general approach is is really going to be in our best interest. So I encourage you to take some risks, try some things out, set limits, say no, so that either people are helping you, that you're not doing all of the work. You are hitting roadblocks with getting people to help you, that you persist and you continue to request the help, in some cases demand the help, so that you can get the help and support that you need. Just because we didn't get it when we were younger doesn't mean that we don't need it. It doesn't mean that we didn't need it then, we sure did. And it doesn't mean we don't need it now. We're coming to a point in our lives when, in fact, we do need it. We need to think about it, and we need to really get used to asking for it and demanding it. Even if we can feel overlooked, we can feel ignored, and kind of be okay with it. And it helps to keep us out of all the noise and craziness and chaos for the most part, and that's okay. We don't have to be completely different people. I don't see that happening. But we don't need to go without either. So I encourage you to think about, what are some of the things, even if you feel like help has never been there for you, what are some areas in your life that if you did have some help and support, it would really make a difference for you. And then after that, start experimenting with talking to people about things that you might need. Practice asking for help. Be persistent with it. You know, you can start with the people that you know that are going to be the most likely to say yes, and then go from there. Then try some of the more challenging places and see how it goes. So as a fellow Gen Xer, I see you. I know what you're going through. I have the same challenges as you. And so I know what it's like. My name is Bethany Brunn. I'm a licensed mental health counselor, and I hope today's video helped you to get back to you. Bye.